Hi, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. Today's pick a card reading was the most voted for in our latest community poll, so thank you to everyone who shared your energy and helped bring this message forward. The reading we're diving into is You're Meant for More, what the universe is preparing you for. And this one's all about that soul deep feeling like something bigger, deeper, more aligned is calling you, is waiting for you out there, even if you can't quite name it yet. And to guide us, I've chosen the High Priestess as the deciding card from each deck. The High Priestess is the guardian of sacred wisdom, divine timing and intuitive truth. So her energy is here to help us tap into what's unfolding beneath the surface of your life. Group number one, we have the Guardian of the Night Tarot and the beautiful High Priestess card from there. So magical, lots of animal imagery in this deck. We have a bat here. The moon for intuition, the night, the unseen, all of that good stuff. Group number one. Group number two, we have the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Really straight to the point energy with this deck and similar to the Rider-Waite but with a very modern twist. The High Priestess from here. Group number three, we have Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic deck. The High Priestess from there. Again, animal imagery throughout, but more a kind of abstract, graphic, modern imagery with this deck. So take a deep breath, center yourself, and choose the pile that calls to you. This is a timeless reading, so trust that whenever you're watching this, it's finding you at just the right moment. And you'll find the link to your reading in the description box below. Let's see what the universe is preparing you for. Love and light. Hey group number one, welcome to your reading. So you chose the Guardian of the Night Tarot deck, the beautiful High Priestess. I'll pop to one side to bring the High Priestess energy to this reading, watch over us. And I've shuffled and pulled your cards already so we can get straight to your messages, which we will do so with placement number one, which is what's unfolding in this preparation phase. So this card reveals what's currently being stirred, shifted or stripped away in your life and is preparing you for this more phase. Okay, the groundwork the universe is laying, and it might feel like waiting, it might bring discomfort or a redirection, but this is a sacred preparation energy. Let's see what this is. And we have the Knight of Swords. Swords is ruled by the element of air, and the Knight of Swords, to me, particularly in this placement, brings the strong message that there is more information that is needed. And you might have no idea what that might be yet. You might feel like you have everything that you have in place. What is this waiting phase for? I don't understand what it's about. I just want the more to come. Yeah, but there is more information, there is more clarity that will come through to you, group number one, which could inform or will inform and potentially change the direction that you will go in and next steps. Okay, the Knight of Swords is information coming in. When it does come in, it comes in fast, it comes in furious, it comes in quick, it rushes in. And what it does is it brings clarity, it brings missing information, and what it will do is it will fill in the missing spaces, the missing information that you have not yet received. Even if you don't feel like information is missing, this is confirmation, this is clarity that it is. Some of you may know that you're waiting on news, you may be waiting on confirmation from someone or confirmation about a situation, about say a new job or a move, a house, whatever it may be, but it can run much deeper than that. It can be about information about yourself, information about loved ones, whatever it is. Ask your intuition, tap into it, that High Priestess intuition. This is obviously general reading, so it can be a multitude of things for different people, okay? But this is confirmation that there is missing information, and it is coming through, and that is about divine timing. That is about, it will come through when it's meant to, it will come through when it's ready to. But this could kind of change everything. It could change your opinion about a situation, it could change your opinion about a person, and redirect you entirely. So know that this is what's happening, and know that this is important. This, before any moves or changes are made, let's have the full picture. Yeah, very straight to the point, very direct with its message there from Spirit. Let's move on to the second placement, which is what is the more is that you're being called towards. Some of you may not be clear what that is yet. Some of you might have a deep hope or a clear idea. This will help fill in the gaps, but this is placement is all about your expansion. It shows the greater purpose, gift or experience that your soul is ready to step into, which is preparing now and what you are going to be stepping into. So your next chapter, your deeper fulfillment, your true calling. We have another Knight, amazingly. So lots of fast moving energy here for you, group number one. That's what Knights are often about. When they, even if you feel like you're in stagnation now, this whole kind of energy around you at the minute with Knights is actually, it's very much like pushing forward. When it does happen, it will happen quickly. Now the Knight of Wands, this is about action. This is about creativity. This is ruled by the element of fire, okay? And the Knight is also, when we see Wands and the Knight, or any, if we think of the Knight, the Queen, or the King of Wands, they're very ambitious, okay? They're very driven. They are go-getters. They also don't need things to be perfectly aligned and perfectly situated. It's about when an opportunity, I believe, that's kind of coming towards you, group number one, or an energy that you need to embody more and lean into more, is to actually be more impulsive. And maybe you are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time. And this, the Knight of Wands, is not like that at all. They just go for it, okay? And they worry about all those things, about the details after. The Wands are not detail orientated, much like fire signs in astrology, that fire signs are fantastic about getting projects going, getting projects off the ground, getting it started, getting the word out there, being heard, being seen, being the driving force to get creative projects, or whatever it might be for you, your desire, getting it out there. And then really it's like up to the other signs to really get it to the finish line, to come in and kind of worry about the details. Yeah. So group number one, this is about you're connected to your greater purpose and your gift and your expansion. Yeah, this fiery energy, this about, it can be encouraging you to take that leap, to go for more, to not worry about being perfect, to not worry about it being the right time. Now is the right time. Well, once we've got this information, yeah. Once we've got this information, this kind of Knight of Wands energy will then usher in, things will move fast, ride that wave. Don't worry about perfection, don't get hung up on the details. It's about passion, it's about our heart's desires, being very feeling and it's about being instinctual as well, trusting instincts, being driven by that, leaving our mind in some ways, like our overthinking, behind. Okay, and then let's move on to the final placement, which is how is the universe guiding you to receive this? Okay, this card reveals the invisible support, synchronicities or nudges shown up in your life. It also may offer advice on how to align and trust as you move into this more. We have a major arcana, and it's the Fool card, which is so in keeping with this energy, group number one, okay? Because the Fool, it's very similar in many ways to the Knight of Wands, in that the Fool spirit is encouraging you and will give you opportunities to take risks. The Fool is again about taking leaps of faith, not waiting for the details and the perfect situation. There is no, in many ways, in some ways, there is no guarantee that everything will, you know, work out perfectly. There will be obstacles. There will be, you may take a leap of faith and it won't work that first time, but then we get up and we take another leap of faith. So it's about being able to, I like the expression sometimes in our lives, to fail forward. And we must not be put off by maybe past failings haunt you, and you have grown scared maybe and reticent in pushing forward and taking a risk. But the Fool card is all about expansion, taking risks, taking leaps of faith, and just going for it. We see this wolf who is hunting, maybe, who is going for this hare, and they're having to step on thin ice in order to get to that hare. Like, in order to get to the next level, we may at times need to step on some thin ice without guarantees. But sometimes it's, what's come to mind as well is that expression, I think it's, you know, big risk, big reward. So we need to play big at this time, okay? If we're going to go for it, to what we really want. This feels very aligned to group number one, your ambitions and your passions. It's not about what you should do. It's about really instinctual wants and needs. Like maybe even those things that you have trouble admitting to yourself of what you really want. And in order to get there, the universe will present you with these opportunities in these situations. But we also, when we're presented with these opportunities, there is that element of risk, and we need to jump off the cliff and go for it. And Spirit, at this time and in this, to get to this more that we're wanting and yearning for, this is the energy we need to bring. So group number one, I hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave any comments down below. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. But wishing you all the best with your journey. Love and light, group number one. Hi group number two, welcome to your reading. So you chose the Modern Witch Tarot deck and the High Priestess from there, which we'll put to one side to watch over our reading and bring the High Priestess energy. I've shuffled and pulled your cards already so we can get to your messages quickly, which we'll do now with placement number one, which is what's unfolding in this preparation phase. So this card reveals what's currently been stirred, shifted, or stripped away in your life. It's the groundwork that the universe is laying, preparing you for this more, what you were meant for, okay, the next stage. It might feel like waiting, discomfort, or redirection, but know that this is sacred preparation energy, okay? Let's see what comes through. 10 of Wands. So group number two may be feeling weary, okay, drained, burnt out. That's what the Ten of Wands is all about. It's like you've really, this has really been a journey, okay, a long journey that you've been battling. In essence, each one to me represents like an obstacle that you have given yourself to, that you have overcome. And it's getting to that with the 10. This is, we are nearing very much the end of this struggle, the end of this period, which is the hope, which is the silver lining. But it is that kind of feeling of where you kind of almost feel like giving up, and that you may have lost inspiration, lost hope that it's possible. You are still doing the steps, you know, you are still carrying these wands, but it has become what feels like a burden. Like, getting to this next stage, getting to this goal, this more that you are wanting, that you know that is meant for you, this next chapter. But at this point, it feels like it has become a burden. Ambitions can do that to you sometimes as well, you know, and we can crave, we think, oh, why am I ambitious? Why am I striving for more? Why can't I be happy with just what I've got? But you know, this is the promise, the Ten of Wands, that actually you are very close to reaching the finish line. When we see the Ten of Wands, it's the final steps. And what this woman represented here by this female, she is getting to that point where she's able to finally put these wands down and put this burden down, and the relief that you will feel will be immense, and it will then open the door to the next chapter, the next stage, what we're looking at here, the more that we are waiting for, which is the next placement 2, which is what the more is that you've been called towards. This is your expansion. It shows the greater purpose, gift, or experience that your soul is readying for and ready to step into. So the next chapter, your deeper fulfillment, your true calling. The Page of Pentacles, it's when that thing that you've been longing for, I feel stronger in this reading, that many of you, group number 2, know what you want, what this more is. It's kind of something quite specific. And the Page of Pentacles is this becoming tangible, that you actually get to that point where, I guess, it manifests and it's held in your hand. Some of you, this could be very literal in the sense that it can be more money that is coming through for you. For others, it is something, though, in the 3D, with it being pentacles, it is something in the 3D material world, okay? It's not necessarily about, I feel like you've been on a journey of personal growth. You've done the inner work, you've overcome the resistance in you and maybe the negative thinking or the wrong mindset. I feel like you've done that, and then this is the reward. This is you being able to actually hold in your hand the practical thing that needed to come through in order to create that shift in your reality and move you into the right direction. I'm nosy, so I'm going to pull one more card on this. But I really feel for you, group number 2, that it's like just that you did all the inner work, you did the spiritual work, the personal growth, and you really just needed this thing to come through practically, like the job offer, the growth in your own business, the promotion, the new house, the money to come through. It's like that is the next chapter, that is the more that will put you on this path. And then it's like you've got all the tools and the capacity to, will absolutely make the most of this pentacle opportunity, okay? The Page of Pentacles as well is almost like the gift and the the thing that you've been driving for landing in your lap. And then what comes after that is like, okay, there you go, you've got it, you've received it, that thing that you worked so hard towards has arrived. And then it's like a bit of a shock. You hold it in your hands and then it's like, what am I going to do with it? You know, if you imagine a financial windfall, and then it's like, what am I actually going to do with all this money? Or getting the dream job, and then it's like, oh, I actually have to do this dream job now. So there is a period of assessment that will come as well, because pages are about periods of assessment and kind of like strategy. It feels like, okay, we've got it, it's landed in our lap, now what? I feel like, I mean, Spirit has told us really everything, but because I'm, like I say, I'm nosy, I'm going to pull one more. The more, the more, the more. Yeah, just the waiting for your ships to come in, which is the Three of Wands. Something that you started, for many of you. Group number 2 started this process a long time ago. At this Three of Wands, you planted those seeds, this ambition grew, this waiting for your ships to come in, and then you went through all the challenges of this up to the 10, and then this is Pentacles, is the ships coming in. So final placement, how the universe is guiding you to receive this. So this card reveals the invisible support, synchronicities or nudges showing up in your life. It may also offer us insight and advice on how to align and trust or act as you move into this more. So again, a bit like touching on that, okay, you've got your gift, now what do we do? So a bit of advice on that. We have a major arcana, beautiful, powerful energy, the Empress. This is about now you have to embody the dream. You have to become the person who has all this success, who has all this abundance. The Empress is the epitome of abundance energy. She is the divine feminine. It's a new life, okay, that is presented to you, group number 2, okay. We are moving into a different realm, a different way of being. The Empress here is glowing, is someone who people very much respect, look up to. She has it all going for her, okay. She has confidence. I feel like this is all in touching distance for you, group number 2, okay. This is what this Pentacles, it almost could be this person, you know, is dressed in kind of normal clothes, everyday clothes. This is just sort of like the beginning of receiving what you want, and then this is where we are going with it, you know, that she's now become a goddess, really. She is not the everyday, she has evolved into something else, and it feels very abundant, it feels very successful, feels like someone who has a substantial amount of really of power as well. So I feel like this is about, we may need to reimagine ourselves, okay, to allow ourselves to become this Empress, and maybe in the process release, be grateful for that past person who got us here, but also release that old self. We need to release some old ideas of ourselves which we have outgrown, and become accustomed to this new, richer, more abundant, more full existence. Nurture it, nurture ourselves, because it can be quite tricky to do that, to shift into, you know, if we are given, say, a big promotion, there's a big leap, you know, there's certainly some serious adjustment that needs to take place in that process of getting that promotion, say, managing a team, of becoming a leader, becoming someone who people look up to, becoming someone with power. and control and influence and all of that stuff. Yeah, how exciting. Really nice energy, group number 2. I hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments down below. It's always lovely to hear from you. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already, so you'll be notified for all future uploads. But wishing you all the best on this journey. Love and light. Hey group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose the Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic deck, and this beautiful High Priestess owl, well, this amethyst, mystical energies. We'll put that to one side to watch over our reading and bring that wonderful High Priestess intuitive energy. I've shuffled and pulled your cards already, so we can get straight to your messages, which we will do with placement number 1, which is what's unfolding in this preparation phase for this more that we are seeking, that we are readying ourselves for. Okay, so this card reveals what's currently being stirred, shifted or stripped away in your life, and the groundwork that the universe is laying. It may feel like a waiting phase, it might bring some discomfort, yeah, or redirection, but know that this is a sacred preparation energy. We have the powerful Elder of Wands. So you are in no way a weakened state, group number 3. If you feel like you were doing nothing or waiting, you're actually doing an awful lot really with this kind of energy. Wands is ruled by the element of fire, which is about action. And to me, the strongest kind of energy and message that comes through is that this is a card of ambition. This has come up actually throughout all readings. I mean, it makes sense with the question, but I feel like the people who will be drawn to this reading is that there is a hell of a lot of ambition in you. Maybe you have lived your life like this, always striving in a way for more, for the next, to push to the next level, personal growth wise, out in the world wise, wanting success, setting yourself goals almost like relentlessly. It feels like with this Elder of Wands energy, it's something that you've been doing because it's an elder. It's not really reflective of, this can be applicable to people of any age, but what it does tell me is that this is a way of being that you have done for a while. Now, with it also being a lizard though, what I see is that the lizard can wait for a very long time, in the sense of be very still. Because if you imagine it sitting on a rock or sitting, say, on this branch here, and every few months almost, however, this is just how I imagine it, an insect then will cross its path, wait and wait and wait, but then it's what it food, say a meal, will cross its path and it will move with such accuracy that it'll snatch up that meal, snatch up that opportunity, and that will sustain it for months. Yeah. And it's about, what that message means is that it's about making the right moves at the right time. So it's not just about spinning the wheel and doing, taking action for the sake of action. This is about waiting for the right moment, group number 3. So that's what we're doing. So many of you may feel that waiting, that I mentioned, that discomfort, that stillness, and it's like you're stirring inside with ambition and kind of burning up with the need and the want for change, as the Elder of Wands would do. But this is like a desert scene, so a cactus, that they can survive with very little water. The lizard can sustain itself on, one insect for however long that it does, months. And you're doing the same. So you have been sustaining maybe on very little, but there is in some ways that's like a superpower, to be able to, your ambition is being sustained on very little, but you have never given up, and that's what will set you apart from others and get you to that next stage, that's next level, this more that we are striving for. And just know that this period of, say, stillness, of feeling like you're in a dry desert, an opportunity, it will come, it will arrive, and you will be ready, and you will take that opportunity and you will make the most of it, okay? So embody that kind of lizard energy. It's quite a harsh environment though, I understand that as well, group number 3, okay? I'm not underestimating the kind of difficulty and the challenge of surviving on an ambition that is surviving on so little in many respects, but at the same time, I feel like I said, that is your superpower in many respects. Second placement. What is this more that you're being called towards, okay? This is your expansion. It shows the greater purpose, gift, or experience that your soul is readying for here and ready to step into. The next chapter, deeper fulfillment, your true calling. What is the energetic signature of this next chapter? Another elder of cups. Very different energy to this wands though, because it is cups and it is like the opposite of the dry desert, yeah? It's the deep ocean, the deep blue sea, and it's cups, which is about emotional fulfillment, a much softer energy, okay? So this is what you are readying yourself for. Group number 3 is actually a much more heart-led period in your life, a softening, instead of being leading with force, we are leading with the flow of the river, of the ocean. We are being led and listening by our intuition. Our intuition whispers to us, okay? It doesn't shout, it doesn't scream at us and say, this is your calling, this is your it whispers, and it's our job to quiet our mind enough, to quiet all the stuff that is swirling around our head and that the world pulls us in different directions. It's our job to still that, to quiet that, to listen to what our intuition is telling us and brings us joy and fills our cup. And this is where you're heading, group number 3, to a much more nourishing period, like I say, softer, heart-led. It could be about love coming through for some of you, a romantic relationship, that this is part of this journey, part of this period of fulfillment. Or it could be that we're moving into a career, say for example, for some of you, a job that is not just a paycheck, it is emotionally fulfilling. A move for some of you, you know, a big move. It's a significant event that will usher in and shift you into being much more an elder of cups and shifting out of this harsher energy, very ambitious energy, but a harsher kind of desert, dry, arid existence, into a period of overflowing lushness in many ways, yeah, of plenty, of abundance. But mainly it's like, it feels as well like heart-centered. That resonates for you, okay? It's about putting your heart first, group number 3. Let's have a look at can I just say this as well, it doesn't mean that we have to give up on our ambitions at all. It's not saying that. It's actually saying that we can achieve exactly what we want, our ambitions, but we don't have to be in a harsh, arid desert. We can be in an emotionally fulfilled place and still be successful, abundant, all of that good stuff. Final placement, group number 3, is how is the universe helping and guiding you to receive this? So this card will reveal the invisible support from the universe, synchronicities, nudges showing up in your life, and it can also offer advice on how to align and trust with this process, this transition, as you move into this more. Six of Cups, more soft, heart-centered energy. We can begin this process now. We are waiting for the right opportunity. The opportunity will come. That is promise of that, okay? In the meantime, group number 3, the Six of Cups, it's such a gentle energy. It's a nostalgic energy. It's about getting in touch with our younger self and our younger desires, our inner child. It's about connecting with people that align with that kind of energy. For some of you, it might be connecting with family or connecting with people that make you put you in that softer energy. Again, for some of you, it may be we're going along the tracks of love and romance here, okay? Maybe people from the past who make you feel like this as well. But for others, this can just be about shifting into this. We can begin this process now is what the universe is asking you to do. So begin to maybe start dropping those walls where we can. Begin to rest where we can, so stop the pushing, trust the process, open our heart, whatever that means to you. Can even mean about literally you could do some heart chakra opening exercises, or I would start with, for sure, just starting to be gentler with yourself. Feel like there has been a lot of pushing because it's been difficult, because it's been a struggle, surviving on not much, okay? And then we are shifting into a period of plenty. Begin to soften yourself, soften your heart, be more heart-centered, be kinder to yourself. Whatever that looks like, doing small things that you find pleasure in, remembering those kind of things, nostalgia, looking back to the past. What did I used to enjoy? What things did I used to enjoy? However small, begin to tap into that, and that will help bring this Elder of Cups period that you are entering into, group number 3, forward. And that was your reading. I'll end it there, group number 3. I hope it resonated. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up. Please leave any comments down below. It's always great to hear from you, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already, so you'll be notified for all future uploads. But wishing you all the best on your journey, group number 3, with this. Love and light.